Leading experts have signed an open letter calling for an immediate halt to the development of artificial intelligence, as well as stricter regulation due to their concerns that the technology may offer profound risks to society and humanity as it has advanced so quickly in recent months. But how precisely could AI turn against us? Let's see. Top corporate executives are greatly concerned that humanity may one day face an existential threat from artificial intelligence. According to survey results released exclusively with CNN, 42% of CEOs polled at the Yale CEO Summit this week believe AI would be fatal to humans in 5 to 10 years. In a phone conversation, Yale professor Jeffrey Sonnenfeld described the results as pretty dark and alarming. There was minimal agreement in the survey, which was done during a virtual event hosted by Sonnenfeld's Chief Executive Leadership Institute regarding the risks and potential associated with AI. According to Sonnenfeld, the study received replies from 119 CEOs representing a variety of industries, including Walmart CEO Doug McMillon, Coca-Cola CEO James Quincy, the heads of IT firms like Xerox and Zoom, and CEOs from the media, industrial, and pharmaceutical industries. The opinions of the business leaders on how destructive AI is to civilization were sharply divided. While 34% of CEOs predicted that AI might potentially wipe out mankind in 10 years, and 8% predicted it would happen in 5, 58% claimed it couldn't happen, and they're not worried. In a different survey, Yale discovered that 42% of CEOs believe the potential devastation of AI is exaggerated, while 58% disagree. The findings were released just a few weeks after a statement warning of an extinction risk from AI was signed by numerous academics, industrial leaders, and even some famous people. Species have been exterminated by more intelligent species many times before. Of all the species on Earth, we humans have already killed out a sizable portion of them. As a less intelligent species, which is what we are going to become given the rate at which artificial intelligence is developing, that is what you should anticipate happening. The problematic part is that the species that will go extinct frequently has no understanding why or how. Consider the West African black rhinoceros, a recent species that mankind nearly wiped out. What would they think if you would ask them, what's the scenario in which humans are going to drive your species extinct? Even though this was rejected in medical literature, they would never have predicted that some people believed their sex life would improve if they ate ground-up rhino horn. Therefore, any scenario must be qualified with a statement that it is highly likely that none of the possibilities will come to pass. But we do have some hints. For instance, we have frequently exterminated species only for the sake of obtaining resources. We destroyed rainforests to obtain palm oil. Our objectives did not coincide with those of other species, but because we were smarter than they were unable to stop us. That might readily occur to us. It makes sense that machines in charge of the globe would want to use our land for computation if they're interested in doing a lot of calculation and expanding their computing infrastructure. If we argue with them too much, we end up annoying them. In the same way that we say, tough luck for the orangutans in Borneo, they may want to reconfigure the biosphere to use those atoms in a different way. If that is not compatible with human life, then, well, tough luck for us. The worst case scenario is that we don't succeed in upending the current system, in which extremely strong corporations create and use AI in secretive and covert ways. We must act quickly to comprehend, stop, and reverse current damages as AI gets more powerful and speculative anxieties about distant existential hazards gain widespread attention. Strong algorithmic technology is being utilized to mediate our connections with one another and our institutions, which causes these evils to occur every day. As an illustration, consider how some governments are using algorithms to detect fraud in the distribution of social benefits. This frequently amounts to a suspicion machine, whereby governments commit grave errors that are difficult for the public to comprehend or contest. Biases, typically directed against the poor or the marginalized, are present throughout the process, including in the training data and the model's application, leading to biased results. Why should someone who has had a facial recognition system erroneously accuse them of a crime be enthusiastic about AI? These kinds of biases already exist in AI systems, functioning covertly and on ever larger scales, wrongfully charging individuals of crimes, evaluating whether they are eligible for public housing, and automating the screening of CVs and job interviews. These harms pose existential dangers on a daily basis, and the timely and precise provision of public services is essential for anyone who depends on them. Our ability to live in a society with our dignity intact and our rights fully protected and respected is directly impacted by these errors and inaccuracies. We are following historical trends of technological advancement at the expense of weak people when we do not address these disadvantages and speak in generalities about the possible scientific or economic benefits of AI. Why should someone who was wrongfully charged with a felony by a flawed facial recognition system be enthusiastic about the future of AI, so that new offenses against them can be made up swiftly against them? Best case scenarios are more challenging to realize when the worst case scenario is already the experienced reality for so many. In order to better grasp existential risk, we need a more sophisticated perspective that recognizes current harms as a distinct category of catastrophe deserving of immediate action, as well as the direct relationship between current interventions and potential future, larger, more involved interventions. Concerns about the annihilation of humanity are sometimes expressed in calls to reduce existential risk in the far future. It seems logical to direct some attention and resources into averting that eventuality if you think there is even a remote potential that it may occur. But the way stories that just focus on hypothetical harm rather than actual harm take up such a disproportionate amount of space in the public imagination greatly concerns me. Hastening the development of a research program that rejects harm as an unavoidable side effect of technological advancement rather than approaching these perspectives as though they are in conflict with one another, this brings one step closer to a best-case scenario in which potent AI systems are created and implemented in a transparent, safe, and ethical manner for the benefit of the general population or none at all. According to prominent physicist Stephen Hawking, the rise of artificial intelligence, AI, could be the worst event in the history of our civilization, unless society finds a means to regulate it. In a speech at the Web Summit Technology Conference in Lisbon, Portugal, he made the remarks and said that computers can, in theory, emulate human intelligence and exceed it. The largest development in our civilization's history could be the development of an efficient AI. Also, the worst. We simply are unaware. Therefore, we cannot predict whether AI will support us indefinitely, disregard us, and push us aside, or even maybe destroy us, Hawking stated in his address. AI could be the worst development in human history unless we learn how to foresee and minimize the potential threats. The risks it poses include new opportunities for the few to oppress the many or strong autonomous weapons. It might significantly upset our economy. The scientist drew attention to some of the legislative activity going on in Europe, specifically the earlier this year legislative recommendation for new laws governing robotics and AI. Members of the European Parliament argued that the issue required EU-wide regulations. Hawking has hope as a result of these developments. I am an optimist, and I think we can develop AI for the benefit of the entire world, that it can coexist peacefully with humans. We simply need to be aware of the risks, recognize them, use the best practices and management techniques, and plans for its repercussions early on, according to Hawking. The British physicist has already expressed concerns about the risk posed by AI, and he adds his voice to the chorus of influential people in science and technology who are voicing their worries. Elon Musk, the CEO of Tesla and SpaceX, recently warned that AI might spark a third world war, and even said that, in order to survive in the future, humans would have to merge with machines. Others have suggested solutions for dealing with AI. Bill Gates, the founder of Microsoft, suggested that robots should pay taxes. The apocalypse scenarios have been refuted by certain influential people. Mark Zuckerberg, the CEO of Facebook, stated that he is really optimistic about the future of AI. When do we determine AI is too powerful to go unchecked? is a challenging topic when it comes to this technology? Comment below with your answer and we'll post it. To receive notifications of new videos, like, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. See you soon.